Hi there and welcome to step number 1 of this course. In this video I'm going to talk about how to get a domain name and a web host provider. But first let's talk about something else. What makes a good web host provider? I already said previously that I use Bluehost, and the good thing about Bluehost is that you actually get a free domain name included once you get an account with them. So you really don't need to worry about this. Anyway, let's talk about other aspects that are really important. The first one is fast uploading time for your website. This is crucial. Just imagine that you choose another company out there, and each time that someone goes to your website, it takes 5 or 10 seconds or even more just to open one of its pages. And on the internet, people really don't like to wait around. So what happens is they leave. And if they leave, they won't read your content that you put so much effort into it. Neither will they actually get your products. So fast uploading time for a website is crucial when it comes to this. Good customer support. Having a team of professionals that can help you when you actually need. Because unfortunately, like anything else, you will have issues with your website. And if you have a poor customer support that doesn't help you when you need, then it's really frustrating because you cannot get anything done. Server uptime. Having a company that offers reliable servers that you know that your website will constantly be on the internet. This is also very important for the same reasons that I already explained previously. If your website is constantly down, then people go to your website and they know that there are millions of websites out there. So they just leave. And if you want to build a business, you know that this is bad because if people leave your website, they certainly won't get your product. You certainly don't want that. Cpanel. This is something that later on in this video I'm going to show to you more exactly what this is. This is a clean looking interface that allows you to manage your websites really easily. Because also having a poor design interface, it's really bad because you waste a lot of time trying to find the options that you need so you can actually manage your websites. A reasonable pricing. Having a company that offers a good service, exactly what they say they do, for a good price. Because I tell you, I know that there are other companies out there that provide a really cheap service. But if they have a poor uploading time, a poor customer support, a poor uptime, then, it's really bad for you. It doesn't matter if you have the best written articles out there, but nobody will stay on your website just because of your web host provider. Okay, so now really quickly, I'm going to do a small review so you can see more exactly why Bluehost is a good choice for you. Okay, so now I am at pingdom.com, and over here I'm going to do a speed test to prositetorials.com so you can see the uploading time for the front page of this website, considering that prositetorials.com is actually stored on a Bluehost web server. Okay, so let's do this really quickly. Get to right over here the address and just press test now. In just a brief seconds you will be able to see the uploading time. Okay, so we have the uploading time that you can see for the front page of prositetorials.com, which is 2.95 seconds. And that's really a good time for a page to upload on a website, considering that I'm actually using a shared web host service. So this is really a good time. I already said previously that people normally wait between 5 seconds for a website to open up and sometimes even less. So this is really below that. Okay, so next we are going to talk about the customer support. Okay, so now I am going to talk about the customer support for Bluehost, and I'm currently on my account, and I'm going to, for me to get support, I'm going to this help button that you can see over here. I press it, And you can actually call them and talk with them directly if you want. But I usually use the live chat. And this way you can just message someone and ask for help. And both of them work 24/7, so you always have someone on the internet to help you out. So I'm just going to press live chat so you can get a better idea of how this works. So I'm just going to do an example message. So I'm going to put technical support, my name, and also my website. Okay, and now once you have the question that you want to ask, you just need to press start chat. And as you can see, it only takes 4 minutes for you to get some support, which is really incredible. And there are times that it only takes just 1 minute. You just wait 1 minute and you have someone to help you out. And I remember when I actually first started out, and I really didn't know any kind of coding, and I didn't know how to code HTML, CSS back then. And I was on my first website. I remember that I was editing the coding for my website, and I just did something wrong. And once I refreshed my website, it totally went blank. I had nothing, and I was really shocked. So I went to Bluehost customer support. I got someone to help me out, and after 15 minutes, I had my website back on the internet, working properly. So that's the kind of support that Bluehost offers. Okay, so now let's talk about the uptime for Bluehost web servers. And on this website, I can see the reports for the several months when it comes to this. Okay, so you can see over here below, on May of 2014, they had an uptime of 100%. So that means that their web servers were always connected to the internet. So in other words, if you have a website stored on their web servers, your website will always be connected to the internet. And you can see also for the rest of the months of 2014, always 100%. And also on 2013, December, 100%. November, same thing. And also for the rest of the months, always 100%, as you can see. And actually, only on 2012, September, they had a short downtime of 15 minutes. Isn't that incredible? In nearly 2 years, they just had a downtime of 15 minutes. So that's how reliable Bluehost web servers actually are. This is the kind of service that you can expect from them. Okay, so now let's just quickly talk about their Cpanel. Okay, so now let's talk about Bluehost Cpanel. This is what they call the Cpanel for Bluehost. This is the first thing that you will see once you log in. And you will see many different icons, and each icon is a different option that you can use. And I know that initially this might seem a bit complicated because you see many different options, but later on you will see that you just need to use a few of them so you can get a website out there. And as you can see, it's all well organized, it has a clean interface, and you can easily find what you need. I'm just going to really briefly talk about a few of the options that I commonly use on a daily basis so you can get a better idea of what exactly is the Cpanel. Okay, email accounts. This allows you to create any number of email accounts for your website. So you can have any kind of email account that you want. This is really a great function. Over here below, as I said previously, when it comes to installing WordPress, it's basically just a one-click process. You click this small icon that says WordPress and you follow the next steps, and in a few minutes you have WordPress installed so you can start building your website. Mojo Marketplace. This is a marketplace where you can find different applications for your website and so on. File management. This allows you to manage the files of your website. Domain management allows you to manage the several domains that you have connected to Bluehost. The thing that I actually like over here is called subdomains. This allows you to create a new subdomain for your website. For example, you want to create a forum for a website, but it has a totally different layout or design from the rest of your website. So the thing that you can do is a subdomain. A subdomain would be something like example.forum.com. So this would be a subdomain. And this way you could have a totally new layout for your website. So I really like to use subdomains. And I actually use them a lot. Also, promotional, this is quite useful. It allows you to promote on AdWords, which is for Google, Twitter, Facebook, and so on, your website. I also like over here on statics to use Webalizer. And Webalizer it's similar to Clicky. And this is something that allows you to track the traffic that is coming into your website, see where people are actually coming from. But Webalizer actually offers you a lot of detail when it comes to that. Also, the other thing that I like to use, especially when you are beginning, is the how-to videos. You just need to click over here on how-to videos, and over here you get a list of several videos of things that you can actually do with Bluehost. This is also another feature that I really like from the Cpanel. Okay, so this is the Cpanel. I guess by now you have a good idea of exactly how it looks like. And now let's just talk about the last thing. Okay, so now let's talk about the pricing for Bluehost and how you can actually get an account with them. So the pricing is just $4.95 per month. That's basically a cup of coffee. And you can actually get this special promotion by clicking on the link below from the description of this video. So if you have intentions on starting a business, this is really the cheapest way out there. Also, you don't need to worry because you have an anytime money back guarantee that you can see over here, which I really doubt that you will need. Okay, so now I'm going to explain how you can get an account with them. So the first thing that you need to do is go to their website, which is bluehost.com. Once you go over here, you need to click on this button saying Get Started Now. And now you need to choose a domain name. And I'm just going to give you some brief tips so you can choose something that looks really good. The first thing is to keep your domain name as short as possible. So don't do something like this. So don't do something like this because always remember that people go to your website and it's just easier for them to remember a short domain name instead of having something like this. And the second thing is to not add dashes to the middle of your domain name because this makes your domain name not seem very professional and you really don't want that. When it comes to choosing the name for your website, one thing that you can do is choose a name that describes your website and what your website talks about. For example, prositutorials.com. When someone looks at that domain name, they get an idea that it's related with tutorials. Or the other thing that you can do is choose a brand. For example, Nike. When you look at Nike, you think about sports shoes and so on. So those are the two options that you have when it comes to choosing a domain name. When it comes to its extension, well, this is up to you. If you have intentions on promoting products, a .com is good enough. But you also have other extensions that you can see over here. Once you have the name that you want, you just need to press next. And I'm not going through the whole process because I already have an account with them. Anyway, once you go to this page, you need to fill your account information. So you insert your first name, your last name, and all of this information. Once that is done, you have different plannings that you can choose from. So for 36 months, it's just $4.95 per month. 24 months, $5.95. 12 months, $6.95 per month. And this is for shared web hosting, because you also have over here other options that you can see. So once you have selected what you want, you can also add additional things. For example, search engine jumpstart. This helps your website get indexed faster by Google, by Yahoo, Bing, and so on. And also, it explains how you can actually search engine optimize your website. But don't worry, because later on in this course, I'm going to explain to you how you can exactly do this. You also have this Site Backup Pro. This makes backup of your website. But since you are going to use WordPress, you really don't need this option, because you can just install a plugin that will automatically do this for you. And this is also something that I'm going to explain along this course. SiteLock domain security, well, this one is really up to you. This actually scans your website for malware, and this is quite useful. Domain privacy protection, this one I really recommend, because when someone actually goes and makes a whois of your website, and if you aren't using this option, what happens is they can actually see your personal information, such as your email, your name, where you live, your phone number, and many times you really don't want that. So once you have this domain privacy protection, what happens is this information will be filled by the company. So they will get some fake information that you can see over here on the example. And this is really a useful option that I really recommend for you to get. So once this is done, you just need to fill the billing information. You can read the terms of service and all of these things that you see over here. And then you just need to press next. And it's really that simple. That's how simple it is for you to get a Bluehost account. Okay, so that is all for this video. And in my next video, things are really going to get exciting, because I'm going to explain how you can install WordPress so you can later on start working on your website. So that is all for now. Stay tuned with Pro Site Tutorials, and bye.